Hey podcast, just before we get you to this episode, I wanted to invite you to join us at pageantlaunch.com. We are starting the world's first dedicated pageant review site, and we want you to join our launch team. All you need to do is put in your email address. It's completely free. We are looking to make the pageant industry safe, transparent, and fair, and we'd love your input on how to do that. So head over to pageantlaunch.com, whack in your email address, and let's get you to this episode. Okay, all right, we're live. We made it. Danielle has stopped singing all her TikTok stuff. Hey everyone, it's Adrian from the Pageant Project. This is our 18th episode. So Danielle, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
We've almost made it to 20 now. Unfortunately, Lauren is unwell. So we're wishing her a speedy recovery. And there's a lot of people unwell at the moment. And I just hope that there are a lot of people putting positive content out there, which is great. And just remember, if you are unwell, obviously stay inside, but don't panic, because it's also flu season, especially for you guys. So you could just have a cold and you'll be fine. But I think the pageant community as a whole is being very sensible about it. Would you agree, Miss Latimer?
I would agree to an extent.
Yeah, to an extent. So
I think we're being sensible by staying indoors, but what we're doing indoors might not be as sensible.
You do whatever you want indoors, okay? That's your guys' business. If you want to make silly TikToks, if you want to make dancing TikToks, if you want to get into TikTok, if you've had enough of TikTok, it seems the entire pageant community has gone TikTok mad. So for those of you tuning in, I imagine most of you know what we're talking about. We're just random banter. What I thought would be really cool for today, because so many of us are stuck inside, we're planning on playing a virtual board game. Now, all you'll need to do that is a mobile device to join in on our game. So you don't need to be on our call. You can be watching on the stream, and simply you use your mobile phone. And I look at my wallpaper. I am going to change this because of the Charlotte Clemmy photos coming in. I wonder if there's a way that I can have both. Anyway, all you need is your mobile phone to play, and you can join us on stream. You can join us with join in with Danielle. So we'll get to that. But we're down Lauren and Danielle. We've booked in for an actual interview, so we won't actually. Lauren's on. Miss you both. So sorry I can't jump on tonight. Lauren, just play with us. So play the game with us. You don't need to be on, and we're hoping that you recover soon. Danielle,
better.
Do you want to catch us up on everything that has been going on, bearing in mind that maybe some people don't know why you're wearing a crown now, and it's been almost a month since we've been on, and we'll get into more of this on the interview. So we're not substituting this for the interview. We'll give you your own genuine interview. Why don't you catch us up?
Yeah, so UK Galaxy happened, and somehow I ended up with a piece of hardware on my head, so... yeah, I don't know how that happened, but it happened. And since then, obviously, I haven't been able to do all the appearances that I wanted to do because of, coronavirus. I always think of Nicki Minaj saying coronavirus whenever I hear coronavirus.
How does she say coronavirus? Oh, you mean you just think of her accent?
She's like, coronavirus!
No, continue.
So since we last did our podcast, I was doing a few more appearances here and there, and then I went and took away the crown on the Friday night, and then attended the Saturday and the Sunday night. It was just lovely. Adrian, obviously, finally got to meet you in person.
It was very weird.
And it was so weird. How many people went and came around and poked you? Did many poke you?
No, it's only you who poked me. Everyone else was kind of like photo. I don't know how many places I've been in photos on, and I'm not used to it. I know Brian Hayes, I appeared on his Instagram. I'm like, I guess you've made it when you appear on Brian Hayes' Instagram.
You've made it. You should have. And yeah, so, and I've been locked in the house ever since.
Yeah. Annie Barter has said, "OMG, Danny, I love the crown and dressing gown look." It's I think it's going to become a thing with Corona and everyone being inside and all these queens itching to do appearances. Have you come up with any like brainwave ideas for appearances when we're all locked inside? I mean, it's a tough one.
Not appearances per se, but I have been getting involved in the Canada Galaxy's 10-day challenge. So each day for the next 10 days, we're going to be doing a little post. But I've been having lots of brainwaves about like the year. So we've got a little WhatsApp group of all the UK queens, and we've been brainstorming ideas. We've, just bouncing ideas around. I think 2 of the girls or 3 of the girls have actually bought their crown boxes.
Oh, wow.
I need to get around to doing that, actually. And yeah, so we've got loads of ideas in the mix, but not necessarily appearance-wise for me personally. I know that Bethany is collecting letters to take to her local old people's home. If you call it old people's home.
Yeah, we know what you mean.
Residential.
We know what you mean.
Yeah. So, so she's doing that, which is really lovely. So it's just having to be creative at this time because we are having to, do everything from home.
Yeah. I mean, for those of you guys watching at home, if you've had any brainwaves or if you're struggling, if you're doing well, if you've taken off on TikTok, let us know in the comments below. I have seen a lot of people jump on TikTok, including yourself. We finally managed to get you on TikTok. All it took was a global pandemic that shut down the world and finally got you on TikTok. Now you seem to not be able to get off it.
Well, I've got a lot of time on my hands now, Adrian. So I was off work all last week and I'm off work again this week. So the kids are all talking about TikTok. So, I had to check it out.
The kids.
And now I'm officially obsessed.
The kids. We're going to have a race to see which pageant girl can become TikTok famous, I think. I think, look, the timeline I've seen is that Corona is going to be with us at this severity for probably at least 3 months. That's what the Australian government is banking on before it kind of slows down and then eventually it peters off. So they're talking about needing to postpone the Olympics. To give you an idea, the Tokyo Olympics were supposed to be around the same time as International Galaxy. So for those of you who don't know, International Galaxy has been postponed. They're thinking October, which is around Danielle's birthday. They're also thinking of postponing the Tokyo Olympics, and there's been God knows how many sporting events and other events shut down as well. But I was always pushing everyone to get on TikTok. My friend Rachel Everin, I managed to convince her, and she's blown up on TikTok. She probably can get the...
She's huge on there now. I did her...
You did the...
didn't go out.
Yeah, she's blowing up. She put out another video asking people to put up certain photos in time with her TikTok, and she had a Miss USA contestant pick up on that, and Rachel sort of fangirled huge about that. But there are a lot of people jumping on TikTok now, which is great. Hannah Golding has said, "I have no coordination for TikTok, but I've got a lot of projects happening." I bet you do. You
can do the lip syncing ones. So you've got the dancers, you've got the comedy ones, and then you've got the lip syncers. So get involved in the lip syncing.
You can do anything. I mean, also I've put up just random content, some of it from this podcast. Given that some people think this is the apocalypse, I might actually give the dancing one a go. That's how you know it's the apocalypse. It's when I'm dancing on a camera.
Both me and Lauren are waiting for a duet from you, so.
I know, and I knew that was coming. As soon as you guys did the duet and I posted, I was like, I bet one of you is going to say it's your turn, and of course it was yourself. MZ Bear has asked, I liked the opening song. What is it? MZ, that is, I produced that video that had Danielle's shoot in it with Charlotte Clemmy and Lauren's shoot through a software called Magisto, Magisto. And
I have that one. I wonder what you used.
Yeah, it's one of my hidden weapons, which I'm giving out all my hidden weapons now because everyone's got nothing else to do. And it would be nice to produce some better quality content. And that is a song in Magisto called Phoenix, but I'm not sure that it's that easily available on YouTube or just in general. It might be a song that was made for them. So it's called Phoenix. I can't remember.
Yeah, like uncopyrighted music, maybe.
Well, the whole point about Magisto is that the music that you use on it is okay for copyright. That's one of the big things for it. So Kaylee has said, I don't get how to do it. Well, Danielle, since you are the TikTok expert now, would you like to tell Kaylee how?
I'm really not. I'm just scrolling through it and kind of like learning along the way. I did my first ever like mashup video where I use like cut in different scenes. It's out of sync, out of time, but I'm trying. The dance ones are probably the easiest ones because you just have the music on and then you learn the routine.
For those of you who are dance challenged, it's I'd much rather do the lip sync ones.
Well, there's an easy one. There's the Macarena one, and it's like looks far more complex than what it is. But yeah, it's just about practice and the amount of hours that I've spent rehearsing like the dance routines and then filming them, and then you film it wrong and you have to retake. And in each TikTok video, there's probably about 50 takes that didn't make the cut.
That's good to know that's real life though. It's like how many times it actually takes to produce something. It's like a lot going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, except one that I did with my sister in the background.
I love that one.
I'm actually munching on bread.
I love that. She's just there and she's munching, and then she comes out, she sees you dancing, and then she joins in. I love that.
Yeah,
that was amazing.
That was done in one take.
Kat Simpson has said, a Phoenix, my daughter's name, totally finding this. If I can, since we're all going, I know Danny can see this. Phoenix, my daughter's name, totally finding this. Kat, we should still do your interview. If you have time. I guess everyone, I don't want to say everyone has time at the moment because that might not be true. Let me see if I can find the name of the video for you.
I have this app, the Magisto app. I've been using it for years.
Yeah, maybe I should do a lesson on how to use Magisto, but I mean, everyone's going TikTok at the moment. This is one that I use to produce also like Emma's music video. I use it to produce your music video from the shoot. And I'm just trying to find the soundtrack for you. Okay, so it's called, for those of you who want to know the song, it's called Phoenix, and it's by, I'm going to type it in. Song's name is Phoenix.
Kate Mary Weber.
By, Kate Mary Louise Weber. All right. So those of you who want to see if you can find, actually if you can find it, let me know. But yeah, I do like that song. Kaylee has also said, Kaylee Williams this time has said, I had to ask my 10-year-old niece how to use it and watch YouTube tutorials. That's good. That's good. That you're learning new skills. And okay.
It was actually Ellie Corcoran that taught me my first TikTok dance. She actually taught a few of us in rehearsals at teen and junior, and that was my first TikTok experience. So thank you for Ellie for getting me addicted.
And I am just also going to explain, for those of you who've watched our podcast before, you'll see I've added a couple of things. On the top is a donations ticker. And on the bottom below Danielle's, beneath a Be Our Guest photo, you can see that there's a donation bar. Now, this is not to fund my coffee habits or anything like that. This is to fund the Pageant TripAdvisor site that we've been talking about. I've costed it out. I think it'll cost about £250 to get. It's about $500 to fund it for a year, and that's including getting it started, which is about £250. So you can also see the donation link. By no means do you have to, but if you would like to help get that started, you can see the address there. It's streamlabs.com/Adrian Kwan, which is my name. And if you donate there, what will happen is, so the donations at the top, I've just put them in so you can see what they actually look like. But what I will do is, if you donate, I'll see if I can pull this off. This is next level tech. If you donate, you can see
oh my
that.
God, that is brilliant.
So that's not actually John donated £43, but if anyone donates, and I think the minimum donation for that is £1. I think you can even donate 50 cents, 50p. But if you donate, then you'll get that GIF of Kelsey.
It's worth it just to have the gift of Kelsey coming in.
So I wanted to give you some sort of reward, and you can see that the bar fills up a little bit. That it goes away because these are test donations. But should we have that one more time? Because
That is so funny.
So there, yeah, that's what the bar at the bottom is, and the ticker at the top is. So,
and for those that don't know about, the pageant review site,
go for it.
It's basically a site where you could go on there and leave a review of the pageant that you were in, and it will be the beginning hub. Oh gosh, that's my phone going. That'll be the beginning hub of a lot more things that will be coming from the pageant project as well. So you wouldn't just be funding that site, you'd be funding a ton of things that would be coming after that as well.
Yeah, I hate asking for donations, but I also realize in doing so, I'm not asking. I've had people that literally say, if you started something like that, I'd give you money. So even if it's not completely funded, I will probably end up doing it off my back anyway. But I mean, all of this stuff is done for free, and I do it because it's a passion of mine, not to make money. I mean, I've literally made 0 cents and invested a lot of, not so much money. Although there is money, the time invested in this is astronomical. But I do it because I love it. And then I ended up in the UK because of it, which is really, really surreal. I keep saying this, like, Danielle picked me up from the airport. She was nattering on WhatsApp, and then suddenly she comes around the corner. And how did it feel for you?
It was surreal. I think you heard me squeal and then run up to you. Yeah, it was just, I've seen you through a screen the whole time, that to meet you in person. And you really are taller than what I imagined.
Like, this is an ongoing thing at UK Galaxy. I think every second person I met went, wow, you're really tall. And I'm like, I've told you guys that I'm tall. I wasn't lying. And people go, oh, yeah, but you're smaller on screen. I was like, yeah. Who's bigger how small do you have to be bigger on screen? I don't understand, but Oh, thank you. There's Mrs. British
so
Beauty Curve. Thank you. Who is that? Anyone? Do you know who Mrs. And we got to see Kelsey. Thank you. So that's the first real donation. So I might end up taking.
Thank you so much.
And Lauren donated as well. Lauren put that gift. Thank you, Lauren. We miss you. What was I going to say? That ticker, by the way, on top, that'll be over all our future podcasts and over our future interviews as well. So this will be an ongoing thing. So just to give you guys a bit of acknowledgement as to who's actually donating, because I think that's important. I know you guys.
Was that Nikki that donated? Nikki, was that you that donated?
I have no idea. I'll be able to look in the back. You know what? I'll just leave it at that. Maybe they don't want to announce it on stream. But Mrs. British Beauty Curve, I assume that's someone who's got that title. So look, guys, thank you so much for that. I know money is tight for a lot of you, a lot of us at the moment, because there's a lot of job uncertainty. I know, for example, Joanna Johnson's partner. She put up his story that he'd been working his butt off for 6 years in a company and then got laid off. And with any luck, once Corona has passed, probably they might take you guys back, but there's no certainty about that. And certainly in the meantime, there's no money coming in. And I've been mentioning this on stream and to Danielle and to Lauren as well, about starting something that helps pageant girls start their own business. And I just think, if anything, this is probably the perfect time to do that. It's probably the kick in the butt that I needed to do that. So I'll be doing more of that. Hannah has said Kaylee is Mrs. British Beauty Curve. Is that Kaylee Williams, Hannah? Because we got 2 Kayleys watching. I just don't want to get it wrong. I know it's not Kaylee Atkinson, unless she's somehow in between the end of Galaxy UK and now got herself another title. Danielle's going to be detective.
Kaylee Williams. Yes, thank you, Kaylee.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Wasn't it? Not Miss.
Yeah, Mrs.
Yeah, Mrs. Yeah, it was Kaylee.
Yeah. So there's our Pageant TripAdvisor site. As Danielle mentioned, we are going to put more things behind it, as well as reviews of things like coaches, and then things like that. I want it to be a really giant hub for everyone who's interested in pageants, but not just kind of your generic inspo hub. I actually want it to have useful resources as well, for those of you who are new to the industry, or maybe people getting involved in it. You can point them to one place where they can find out a lot, and then we will continue to build off the
coaches.
Oh, Jody.
Oh, thank you, Jody.
Kaylee's doing a lot of crying. Kelsey is doing a lot of crying. I mean, honestly, if you want Kelsey's face to come up 5 times, just donate £1 5 times, it'll come up 5 times. Maybe don't do that because it takes a bigger percentage. But I appreciate that. I certainly don't expect any of it. I don't take any of it for granted, as I said. But what we want to do whilst we natter on for a little bit, if you guys have a spare phone handy, we will try playing this game, and it's just like a board game online. You'll see it, and our videos here will be replaced with a video of the game. So whilst that's actually, I might get that set up, so just bear with me. And then Danielle, in terms of future interviews, so I finally got around to setting up some new interviews, which I haven't done since last year, just because I wanted to reevaluate things a bit. And as it's turned out, after my UK trip and now Corona, it's sort of been the perfect time for a lot of people, I think, to reevaluate. I also probably got home just at the perfect time, because I think if I'd left it any longer, I might have been stuck in the UK. Yeah. So if you have a spare phone handy, because yes, you'll need to keep watching our podcast to see the gaming screen, and then you'll need a phone or a tablet to play. So you need a spare phone or tablet handy.
On your laptop, if you have access to your laptop, so jump on that now.
Yeah, or you can have 2 phones. So if you have your phone, you can play on your phone, and then just nick your partner's phone or your sibling's phone or your parents' phone to watch the actual stream. We'll get onto that in a second. And so Danielle, we've got an interview lined up. I don't remember exactly what time. What time is it for you?
UK 8 p.m.
Okay, and I've got an interview lined up with Ellie Mia. I'm waiting on the other 3 UK queens to get back to me. So I know Olivia wants another interview. I
think Bethany was setting up a Skype.
Bethany is setting up a Skype, and then we'll book her in. And Natalie, I'm yet to hear back from, but I'll get on to Natalie. I'm also got... I won't announce them yet because I don't have them booked in, but I've got a Miss Universe GB contestant that's not Stephanie Hill, because I know I announced Stephanie Hill, so I'll be interviewing Stephanie. There's another one, and then some in America. So there's a few, and I figured because everyone's stuck at home anyway, now it's probably a good time to ask everyone for interviews and just bang out an interview a day.
Watching this, or wants an interview of Adrian, just blow up his inbox.
maybe don't do that, but yeah, if maybe do an interview a day whilst Corona is on, see how many interviews that we can do. Okay, so Danielle, we're going to try this, God forbid. So let me just get the game started. Now, I have done this before, to be clear, when I was doing the Australian podcast. It's just been a while since I've done it, so we'll see if this works. Danielle, have you got your phone handy there?
I sure have.
Okay, so you are going to... Danielle can see this at the moment, no one else can. And you guys can probably hear the music in the background.
Oh, God. How do we... Does that need to go on, or...?
Yeah, so, okay, so hang on. All right, so you guys probably heard the music in the background, so let me get this started. And if you're watching at home, because I don't hear the volume, if you can hear the music and it's too loud, let me know. You will need to hear the music. Let me just... All right, Danielle can hear that. All right, so we will switch over now. So, whoops. All right, so the guys watching at home, you should be able to see the computer screen at the moment. We are going to be playing a game. Cool, let me just turn the sound down a little bit because that's a little bit loud. Actually, I'll turn this. Okay. All right. All right. Just bear with me, Daniel. I'm going to see if I can turn the game audio down. All right. So in the meantime, all right. So those of you guys watching at home, I'll turn the sound down later. To play, all right. So I'll give you guys like a minute to get your phones ready. I'm going to hit play here, and we're going to play a game called Drawful. Daniel, can you see the screen? All right.
Yeah, I can see the screen. I'm on, like, do I go on the website on my phone?
All right, so here's what we'll do. Yep, so you guys, you'll need to open a browser on your phone.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to hit
Jack in the Box Games.
No, hang on. So. All right, so those of you guys watching at home, you're on a bit of a delay, so you'll have to be super quick. I think you're on like a 10-second delay or so. We will wait for this to load. All right, so Danielle, can you see at the top where it says, so go to a browser and go to jackbox.tv, and it will ask you to put in that 4-letter room code. Now we can only take 8 people, so get in quickly, and if you guys miss out on the first time, you can make it the second time. And then you hit play. And that's me there. We'll see if Danielle can get her. There's Lauren, there's Danielle. So guys, we can have up to 8 people joining in. Lauren is in. I'm going to draw myself. And guys, if you miss out on the first time, it's fine.
Who's going to take the last 5 spots?
Ooh.
So, if you want to join, go on to jackbox.tv.
TV, yep. So you just need, there's no payment or anything.
EHL, all in capitals.
Yep, they can see it. Yep. So right as you guys can see on your screen, so join on your phone or your tablet. You can't do it on a desktop. So you need your phone or tablet. Go to jackbox.tv. Danny, I think you said you need to draw yourself.
Okay.
And your room code is HEHL, and then it will ask you to draw a picture of yourself, and then you can join in. This is a I've used this before. There's all sorts of games in here. There's also like a trivia game. There are some very weird games in here as well. So, Danielle, have you drawn yourself?
I'm drawing myself.
Are you making it look amazing?
Yeah.
Right. So again, you guys at home, long legs B, whoever that is. Come on, guys, join in. Join in. I don't know who Long Legs B is. You can stay completely anonymous. Please keep it PG. That's the only thing. We are a pageant podcast, so I don't think I have to say that. But yeah, just keep it nice. All right. Now I think Lauren, because you were the first one to join, I think you get to say when everyone's in. There should be an everybody's in button. Oh no, I've got it. All right, I'm going to give you guys... Oh, it's starting by itself. All right, there's 4 of us. Guys, if you miss out this time, you can join in next time.
Oh no, this is a drawing game. I can't...
That's why it's funny, Danielle.
Oh no.
Okay, listen to the instructions.
Okay, I'm sending a title to each of your devices. Something odd, like Sexy Owl or Mark Cuban. Draw a picture on your device that would have that title, and when you're done, hit send. And you'll get points for each player that can correctly guess your title. So, just try your best.
Oh god.
And you can't delete, so that's why this is... And you're drawing on your phone, which makes it really tricky. There's always one person who's really good at drawing, and it is not myself. So when you've done your drawing, you hit send, and then just listen to the instructions.
Okay. All
Mine
your
is
pictures are in.
horrendous.
Let's take
I'm
a
not
look.
gonna win this.
Oh, it's not about how good your drawing
Use
is.
your device to type in what you think the title for this picture could have been.
Ow.
Yet something
Medicine.
can trick the other players into thinking it's the title. You'll get points for every player that picks your answer.
How do I submit it?
Okay, so if this is not your drawing, you need to enter a title as to what you think it is. And then hit send. And just listen to the instructions. The game will make more sense like the second time through. It's a bit confusing the first time. So again, if you're joining us on stream, just be quick, because I think you've got about a 15 to 20 second delay, so you get a bit less time than us, but I'm sure you'll manage to cope.
Come on, long legs.
Yep, whoever long legs B is.
Hurry up, type in
Quickly, you've got like 10 seconds left.
Alright, here are your choices. Now pick the title you think
Painful
really
soup.
inspires
Painful
this
soup.
Alright, so we have to guess. So this is Lauren's drawing. Daniel and I need to pick what we think the real title is. And if we pick someone's made up answer, whoever did the made up answer gets the points.
What? I don't get it.
Pick something.
So you got 3 choices there, Daniel, right? You just got to pick which one you think it is. And then watch what happens.
And here are your picks.
Okay. So I guessed medicine, and that was your answer, Daniel. So you get points. Because I picked your answer. Okay, and you picked my answer, so I get points. And it's actually painful soup. So Lauren, who drew that, got no points because no one guessed the actual title. Alright. So now we move on to someone else's drawing. So you can see Lauren's was a drawer, that's why she's got the pencil next to her potato head.
Okay.
So Daniel and I are tying for first.
And now,
This is my drawing.
for anything that could almost make sense now.
So I
Yeah.
don't have to do anything for this one. Rebecca, you should join in. Join in next time. We'll have a couple of games so that if you miss out the first time, you can join in. And also, the more the merrier. I can't guess who Long Legs is. There's a lot of long legs in the pageant industry.
It won't let me guess.
Hmm?
Is it giving me time? It won't let me guess.
Oh, it won't let you guess.
No.
Yeah, that's a bit odd. So you should be, yeah, I don't know.
Oh, refresh. Oh, oh. Oh.
Hurry up, typing time is almost over.
I'm in.
You're in.
Here are your choices.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
What? Okay.
I don't know who Longlegs is, Rebecca. Maybe it's someone who wants to remain anonymous. I'm not going to force them to reveal who they are. If you would like to reveal who you are on the stream, you can type a comment below and say Longlegs is me.
All right, who picked what?
So this is my drawing. Hey, you both guessed it. See, so I get points.
One player got it wrong.
And I'm winning. So, there you go. So this is how the game works. So super simple.
Yeah.
And it's
Okay,
funny
think about
because
it.
you can't draw.
Let's take a look at our next piece of art.
I'm not allowed to give clues, am I?
No, of course not. Was this yours, Danielle?
Yeah. This is going to be interesting to see your interpretation of my terrible drawing.
I don't know. I think I know what the middle thing is, but I don't know about the question mark.
Hurry up, people, type something in.
So guys watching at home, if you miss out on this first game, you can join in on the second game, or we might mix it up and play a different game.
Okay, here are your choices.
But this one tends to be a pretty fun one for everyone to join in and have a bit of a laugh, which is what we're after with all the corona.
Who enter here?
Someone's in a good mood. Abandon or hope ye who enter here. Okay, let's go with that.
Pick something. What did everybody pick?
Oh, Lauren's got points because I picked her answer. Apps. Oh, Lauren got the actual answer, so Danielle gets points for that.
How do you feel about all of you?
I think Long Legs is not on with us anymore.
Oh no!
Long Legs, what happened to you? You started off so well. This is Long Legs.
Thing.
Okay.
Oops. What?
And here are your choices.
Rebecca has said, Danielle, the pick something voice actually sounds like you.
Okay.
Here's everybody's picks.
Points for me, thank you. That's points for Danielle. I guess the real one.
Really big
So
package.
much about your
Well, yeah. Well, I thought it because it was drawn quite large, so I thought it was a really big package. But I got a bit lucky.
Okay, I'm
All right.
sending out another round of titles for everybody to draw.
Oh God.
Oh, change.
God, I don't know how you can draw this. God, I
Can't this about being X-rated.
I'm sure you can figure it. Mine is very difficult to draw. Yeah. So guys, I think there's maybe 2 rounds or 3 rounds. So if you're watching and you want to join in, then just keep an eye out and we'll play another round now that you've seen how this works. And hopefully your drawing skills are better than ours. Yeah, I think Long Legs is no longer with us.
Oh no! Long Legs and
What happened to
they're
Long
not
Legs?
in the game. You're wasting our time.
Actually,
draw hers really quick.
You've been warned.
guys, what we might do, Daniel, what I might do is I will start the game again because
I think now
that's going to
people
take
get used
forever.
it, people might be able to jump
Yeah.
in.
Alright, so guys, I'm going to go back to our webcams for a sec. So Danielle, do you look presentable?
Yeah, always.
Yep. Alright, so we're back to our webcams. Alright, so I'm going to get out of this. So guys, if you want to join in, I'll give you a minute or so to grab your mobile phones. And then, okay, I'll just leave the game audio on in the background. Alright, so if you want to grab your phones, and then you can play with us, and we'll have one more game, I think, before we wrap up. And all you'll need to do is go to the browser on your phone, go to jackbox.tv. It will ask you to enter a 4-letter room code at the top, and then your name, which you can put anything that you want. Oh, Lauren's jumping off because work is calling. Okay, work is calling now. Wow. What's the time for you guys?
Work is calling now at like 10 o'clock at night.
Well, I hope it's good news. It's been a bit. I've heard a couple of stories of people being forced to go into work, and I just think at this stage you've got to be crazy to be forcing anyone who's sick to go into work.
Yeah, I think unless it's like essential, that it's necessary that you are at work. But I do also see on the other side of that, the employers are putting pressure on their employees to come into work, and they've been put in a predicament. Do I go into work at this time and risk my health? Because essentially, if you're being asked to go into work and it's not essential, you are risking your health. So I know a few of my friends, they don't want to risk their health, and they've said to their workplace no, but they're being penalised for that because they've said no, I'm not coming in, and it's going to be taken out their health, out of their sicknesses.
Yeah, they shouldn't have to do that though in the first place. I mean, that's ridiculous that they sort of have to make the call themselves and that they get penalised, because I think if anyone feels they're even slightly sick at the moment, they should be allowed to stay home. It's hard enough as it is.
Absolutely, especially those in London as well, because there's still a ton of people getting on the tube. And the tube is just a breeding ground for coronavirus.
Yeah, I would not want to be on the tube at the moment, or any sort of train or anything like this. This is going well, by the way, so thank you for that.
You're more than welcome.
This is helping me get through.
He gave me, and he enjoyed it. He was like, I don't know if that's gin, but it tastes good.
It's technically gin, but it doesn't taste like any gin. All right, so Rebecca, the code will be up in a sec. So guys, if you've got your phone or your tablet, get it ready. We'll play one more game, and then we'll probably jump off, depending. I mean, if there are a lot of you who suddenly jump on and want to play, then I'll keep going. But it's pretty late for you guys as well. All right, so we'll give them a few more seconds.
It's like free online gaming, guys.
Yeah, free online game. All right, so let us get this started.
We should name this to the Pageant project, Pageants and Pictionary.
There's other games in here as well, Danielle. There's one that's basically trivia, which I suck at. There's a lot of different games. Yeah, all right, so guys, get ready. So Rebecca, the code will come up in a second. And remember, a reminder that you need to play on your phone or tablet, not your computer. All right, so be quick as well. So watching on the stream, remember, you've got a delay. So just when it comes up on your screen, be super quick, otherwise you'll miss out, and we don't want that. All right.
Okay.
So go to jackbox.tv on your phone or your tablet. Enter the 4-letter code, which is KVJJ. Oops. And then put in your name. VJJ.
Oh my god, this is so bad.
Please draw a picture of yourself. Have you drawn yourself, Danielle?
Oh yes. Wonky face and all.
Hello, Rebecca.
I don't know whether that's a crown on my head or I've got 3 devil horns.
Probably both.
Okay, Adrian, you're in. Rebecca's in.
Nope, alright.
Hello
Hello?
there. This is drawable.
Nope.
Just 3 players.
No, it started by itself.
Outside of not having many friends.
That's a nice drawing, Rebecca.
Alright, enough jibber jabber. Let's play. Okay, I'm sending a title to each of your devices. Something odd, like baby spider.
Okay, so Rebecca, just watch your phone.
Ghost. Draw a picture on your device that would have that title, and when you're done, hit send. And you'll get points for each player that can correctly guess your title. So, don't mess this up.
Oh god. How do you undraw things?
Oh, you can't. That's what makes it both painful and really funny. Because you can't undraw it, and then the more you try to make it look better, the worse it looks.
Worse it gets.
Yeah. I know this from experience. As I said, I played this on the Australian podcast quite a fair bit, and some of the drawings that came up were... I was laughing so hard I couldn't breathe. I think I put too much hand sanitizer on my phone. It's not... the screen's not letting me draw. You struggling with this one, Danielle?
Just a little bit.
Alright, so Rebecca is in. Rebecca, that was super quick.
Oh my god.
It's not supposed to be stressful, Danielle.
Oh
It's
god.
10% fun.
That is stressful.
Alright.
Use your device to
Take a wild guess who's drawing that.
Oh god.
thinking it's the
Good luck, Rebecca, guessing what this is.
picks your answer.
Oh god. I have no idea.
Just to clarify, they are question marks.
I figured as much. It's the rest of it that I don't know what it is. Oh dear me.
Come on,
Rebecca, are you having difficulty guessing what this is? I don't blame you
Take a
if you
wild
do.
stab in the dark.
Alright, here are your choices. Now pick the title you think really inspired this drawing.
Robble. Happiness. Oh no, I'm gonna guess this one. Rebecca, you still on? There you go, cool.
Alright, who picked what?
Oh! We both guessed it. So your drawing was actually really good.
We're gonna have to make this harder.
Funny enough, you got both of us to guess what it was.
It's a tractor.
Yeah. If you say so.
And now,
Now this is my drawing.
enter your titles now.
My phone says you drew this, all hail you. Good luck, guys, guessing what that is. Thank you again to the guys who donated earlier on the stream. Really appreciate it.
And come in.
Every little bit helps. Just to clarify, I will not be using the money to improve my drawing skills, because that is beyond help.
Art lessons.
Yeah. There aren't enough art lessons in the world to help me. Rebecca, you still in?
Okay,
There
she's
here are
in.
your choices.
One of those grab a toy things.
Won't let me pick.
Pick something.
Trying to. Won't let me have the.
Did you get it?
Yep.
What did everybody
Cool.
pick?
Look at that. Our drawing skills are spot on. Pageant people can draw. Who knew?
One of those grab a toy things.
Alright, Rebecca's.
Titles now.
Okay.
How did you draw this so quickly, Rebecca? That's actually really good.
Here are your choices. And here are your picks.
Rebecca said, OMG, my phone says you drew this. This is your fault. Well, it's true, isn't it?
Oh, you
That
go.
was a good drawing, though, Rebecca. Much better than anything I could do.
That was so much fun. Let's do it again. Here's
Alright.
more titles.
Oh no. Alright, round 2.
Are we? What? Oh
You right?
gosh. No. I don't know how to draw this.
You don't know how to draw yours. You should see mine. I'll swap you.
Oh god.
I think they get harder as well as the rounds go on.
Oh god. I give up.
I can't wait to see this one.
No, I give up.
Gotta put something there.
No.
That was really difficult though.
I'm trying to think of something that's.
Oh, Jasmine, this is we're playing virtual board games, so this is a game called Drawful, and you guys at home can join in. You just need to go to jackbox.tv and put the room code in that you can see in the top right, KVJJ, but I'm not sure that you can join in halfway through.
I give up.
Is that yours, Danielle?
That one. Guess who's that one? Right. Drawing is not my forte.
I don't know, everyone guessed it last time. The goal of the game is not to have the best drawing, it's to get people to guess what the answer is. So even if your drawing is atrocious, Atlantis food. Oh, okay.
Here's everybody's picks.
Well, well done, Rebecca. You got my guess. That's mine. So what actually was it?
How are you supposed to draw that? The colour was red.
Everybody's wrong.
I can't even do it. Change the colour.
No, you can't change the color.
And how do you do Atlantis? How do you draw Atlantis?
I would have guessed the Atlantis. It was actually it wasn't bad.
Could almost make sense now.
Oh gosh.
This one's mine.
Stop octopus.
So, Jasmine, the idea behind this is that since everyone's stuck at home, we want to give everyone a chance to come together. And board games is something that people do a lot when they're stuck indoors. So, this is a virtual board game. And we got I think it's about 10 different choices all up, including there's one that's trivia. There are some that are based more, I mean, they're all funny. There are some like Spot the Lie. There's like Lie Swatter. There's a few different ones that we can play.
Here are your choices.
But really today I just wanted to make sure that I could do it because it's been a while since I've played a game on stream.
All right, who picked what?
Oh, see? You both guessed it.
Yeah.
Tentacles.
Even though my drawing was horrible.
Careful to say that correctly. Tentacles.
Tentacles. Tentacles.
Type in a convincing title now.
Man, Rebecca, your drawings are really
Yeah, how do you do
good.
that?
Are you using a big screen, like a tablet or something, Rebecca? I would not be able to... If this was a competition for best drawer, Rebecca, you win it hands down. Like, no
Here are
competition.
your choices.
What's the real title?
What did everybody pick?
Yeah, Jasmine, so, oh wow, Rebecca, look at that. So, Jasmine, you need to watch a stream on one thing, and then you need a phone or a tablet to play the actual game. So yeah, you need two. Do you have two? So you can use two phones. You can watch on one phone and then draw on the other, or you need to watch on a computer and then draw on your phone or
This
tablet.
drawing thing one last time.
Jasmine, if you do want to join in, let me know, because
no.
otherwise I'll
Yes.
wrap it up after this. Oh god. I swear these get harder every time.
I'm really sorry if this offends anyone.
I don't know how to draw this. I don't know how to draw this. Okay, I give up. I'm just gonna hit send so I have something. So yeah, you need two devices. So you need something to watch the stream on so you can see the game. And then, as I said, you need a phone or a tablet to actually play. Danielle.
I apologise if this offends anyone. It's just the best way to draw it. Yeah, guess quickly, guys. We haven't got to have this on the screen.
I actually think I know what this is. Sounds good, Jasmine. So Rebecca said, why were both mine pants related? I don't know. It's not my fault. And Jasmine, yeah, has said, don't worry, I'm in bed and my laptop is in the other room. Let me know if you're playing again, though, another day, and I'll join for sure. Yeah, we definitely will. Because I think at this time, the way the world's going, we all need a chance to sort of come together and have a bit of fun. So...
And here are your picks.
I will bet money I know what this one is. Oh no, I got it wrong. Oh
Say
wow.
about that one, so I won't say anything.
Danielle probably doesn't want to say anything about it either.
I do apologise. Doesn't mean to offend anyone, but you know, when you think of Hitler.
Well, I mean that's fair enough. We got the Hitler.
Type in a convincing title.
Oh, this is mine.
Uh-oh.
I don't think anyone's going to get this one. When you see what the answer to this one is, tell me how you would have drawn it, because I have no idea. And I've played this game a few times, so this one I have no idea. I don't expect anyone to get this.
Here are your choices.
Pants. That's not pants. It's not
told
always pants.
You love the pants ones.
No, Rebecca's the one that had the pants ones before.
All right, who picked what?
Oh, seriously? You both got it? How did you get that?
Ooh.
Everybody got it right.
How did you guess that was worst state ever? Okay.
Takes marks the spot.
Obviously, I am a drawing god. I can do no wrong.
Type in your titles now.
God, Rebecca, how do you draw these? You're making us look bad, which is great. It gives us something to aspire to.
Hey!
Okay, here are your choices.
Hmm.
Hey!
All right.
Here's everybody's picks.
That's mine. Ah, thank God.
Damn.
I thought it might have been hot
Wide
soup.
open now.
And that's it. Ooh,
I suck.
Rebecca,
Major League.
you did really well with your drawing and first
You
time.
knew you were good at it. You know your game.
All right. I am going to go back to our webcams for a sec. So, Danielle, you look presentable?
Never.
Never? All right, well, I'm going back anyway. All right, so guys, that is the game. I'll leave it there for now because it's getting late. But actually, I'll go back for just a sec. If you have a look, there's this one which is about drawing, and Danielle can see this as well. This one is about words. So someone types in a word, as you can see in that little window there, and then you need to type something at the end to extend the word.
Okay, yeah.
Then this one is you put in lie. I think you put in some truths and some lies, and you need to spot which one is the lie. So you can see there.
I feel like I'd be good at that one.
Right. This one is about bluffing. Fibbage. 500. Yeah, so it's about it. It's a bluffing game. This one is a trivia game. You don't know Jack, and then draw full. I also have another one of these. There's about another 5 games in there as well. So there's a fair few to choose from. And we won't do it the whole time. It's just I thought, given what's going on in the world at the moment, and a lot of people stuck at home with nothing else to do, we'd give you guys a bit more of a way of interacting with us. So, Danielle, how do you feel about your drawing skills now?
My skills? What, drawing skills?
Yeah.
Well, I thought they were pretty good, but apparently they're terrible. So I will be enrolling myself in art lessons while coronavirus is out and about.
They weren't that bad. You got people to guess what it was. That was the aim of the game.
Mate, I
Rebecca,
just drew a swastika. It's pretty bad.
Rebecca has said, I'm going to go, but thanks so much for the game. It has made me smile. And of course, seeing your beautiful faces. Big love, you all. Stay safe. You too, Rebecca. Well, I mean, when you're told to draw Hitler, then that's probably the easiest way of doing it, isn't it?
It's me to get Hitler, eh?
Yeah. So I normally ask people what they've got coming up, which is a bit of a harder answer at the moment with everyone stuck at home. I mean, do you have anything coming up over the week, Danielle, in particular?
Well, no, not really, because, well, luckily work has told me I don't need to go in this week, which is very kind of them. So I need to do something productive because I can't spend my life just on TikTok. So I probably will just be spending my life on TikTok, but there's a few things I probably should do, like go through my makeup or something. Just get the odd bits and bobs that have been hanging around in the house all sorted. Yeah, that's me. How are you hanging up for self-isolation?
Well, I work from home a lot anyway, so it's not too different, but I normally will go out as well, and I can't go out, and I can't play tennis, which is the main thing that's bothering me, and I can't go to the supermarket, so... but I have a fair few things that I should be getting on with. So if anything, it's kind of, maybe I wouldn't say it's a blessing, but I guess you make do with what you've got. I think it's harder for you guys because also you guys are coming just into summer. And the weather when I was over there in the UK was actually surprisingly mild and surprisingly nice. So I imagine everyone wants to get out and do stuff. And especially pageant queens such as yourself, newly crowned, want to, start doing appearances and things like that, and you probably can't. You want to start planning out your appearances and your calendar, and we don't really know when things are going to go back to normal, so that is very, very difficult. But I think overall the pageant community is being very positive about it, which is really nice to see, because the news is overwhelmingly sort of alarmist and negative. And to be fair, it's very serious what's going on at the moment, obviously, but it's a bit of sunshine on a pretty grey day for most of us, I think.
I think that's the nicest thing. I've seen a lot of stuff going on Facebook. Obviously, it is horrible, and but what I can't say enough is don't criminalize people that that you see are out and about, because they might have to go to work. They might be going to get groceries and taking precautions as well. I've seen a lot of negative stuff. Obviously, people are still going out, and that's not cool, but let's get that energy off social media and just have good respite, good content for people to have escapism through. And that's why I've been doing a lot of TikToks, just because it's a bit of fun. It gives people something to watch while they're at home. And it takes a lot of the seriousness away from what's going on right now. It's good to be serious every now and then, but also it's blooming good to just be silly every now and then and have a laugh in this time. Yeah,
I'm not going to disagree with you on that. I'm sure you don't have any issues with being silly every now and then. Certainly I do not. I'm going to take this opportunity to hand sanitize. So I feel this is appropriate for this time. I used to. Did you ever watch A Big Bang Theory?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, and everyone would make fun of Sheldon because he'd sanitize his hands all the time. I think it was with Court. Well, I think everyone has now, haven't we? We carry around these little things of hand sanitizer, and we sanitize our hands. Is this available in the UK? Hand sanitizer?
So not necessarily in the shops. I did have a look in my local Tesco when I went to go get, obviously we're not leaving the house unless we have to go out and get essential bits.
Yeah,
so
as it
was
be.
Mother's Day and I hadn't got my mum some flowers, so I saw that was essential. But I also, while I was out, we were running out of food. So my dad was just like, if you're going out, don't waste a trip. Go get all of the fresh fruits and vegetables. So that's what I did. And there wasn't any hand sanitizer, any anti-bac in my local Tesco. But I have looked online, and there is loads of hand sanitizer on the Tesco website and on Ocado. So what we're doing tonight, what I'm going to do tonight anyway, is I'm going to fill up my basket with my Tesco food shop, and there is hand sanitizer on there, so I'm popping that in there. And save us having to leave the house. So if you can, anyone that's watching this and you do purchase the household items, make a delivery slot instead of having to go out, and then sanitize everything when it comes in. I even sanitize my bank card, my phone, the cash that I got from the cashier, the food. I sprayed it all with antibac. I sprayed my car inside.
Yeah.
I'm not taking any precautions. I do not want this coronavirus.
Yeah, normally I'm sort of a person who I don't want to be too clean, because I think that's how you normally get sick. But in this, like with fruit and veg I'm talking about, I'll hand wash it, but I won't sanitize it. But I think in this current climate, it's just not worth taking a risk. I don't know if you've seen the same thing, but apparently this virus is quite heavy, so you can catch it when someone coughs near you or sneezes near you. Sort of, that's why they're saying keep like a 2 meter or like a 6 or 9 foot kind of radius, keep away from everyone. But as soon as they cough or sneeze, apparently those droplets go straight down to the ground. So the main way that people are catching it is actually through contact. So if someone coughs in a room and it lands on the table, and then you touch the table, you then have the virus. You're not infected at this stage, but then if you touch your face, that's then how you infect yourself, which is why the hand sanitizer has become such a big thing. And also people have been saying, you got to wash your hand for 20 seconds, because the soap doesn't really do anything. It's the actual physical process of scrubbing your hands that gets rid of all that bacteria. So
And I have
just
another
be very...
thing as well. If you're going out, and most people do this anyway, but make sure you leave your coat in, like, if you've got like a little outhouse or a place where you like a coat rack that's separate from bringing into the house, keep your coats there and keep your shoes there as well. Anything that's kind of external that you wear. Every time I go out now, I have a shower and I take and put my clothes in the washing every time I go out now. So just be careful. Shoes indoors as well. Just don't have your shoes indoors, because, like you said, it's heavy. It's landed on the floor. It's landed on your shoes. What you do, you take your shoes off with your hands, and then you put your shoes aside, and then it's on your hands, and then you touch your face.
Yeah, and then you infect yourself. The other, I haven't left the house since I got back from the UK, but the other big thing that my mum was saying was handles, door handles, light switches, car handles, because that's the place that everyone touches. So especially if you are I'd be petrified of doing this. Even in the UK, I was mindful of doing it. Like if you go to a public bathroom, a public restroom, and then you have to open the door to either get in or out with your hands, that's just like, I can't think of a worse thing to do. So that's where the hand sanitizer really comes in handy. But I think when I was over in the UK, you said that it was all sold out. So
yeah, in the stores, it looks to be sold out. But it is available online. And what I've been saying to people is Amazon. Have a look on Amazon. I'm sure there's a ton of things on there that you need. I was talking to Imogen Chapman the other day, and she was just going, I really fancy a pick and mix. I was like, that is the worst thing to be craving, because all people are around a pick and mix. But you can order, if you want some pick and mix and you want to order some in, go onto Amazon. You can buy a pick and mix that's already pre-packaged.
Yeah. When I was staying at the Ramada, they had the like a buffet breakfast. So obviously it's all open to everything. And then there was someone actually standing near there coughing, and I was like, I couldn't. And I don't know whether she had corona or not, but just the thought of someone being insensitive enough and stupid enough to stand in the buffet area and cough and not go somewhere else. I don't think I ate any of that breakfast. But it's insane. I thought 2020 was going to be a bit of a different year, but I think this has really changed the world a lot. And some people have panicked.
It stopped us all in our tracks, really. And I think it makes you realise how much you take your freedom and everyday life things for granted. People can't visit their families. And it just makes you realise how amazing life was before this all came. So you should count your blessings every night, and then just do your bit to, prevent the spread of this thing, and just stay at home, wait till it's all over, and then we'll be able to be back to our regular lives again. Yeah.
I can't wait to see what it's going to be like when this passes. I think everyone will be so happy, and everyone will be itching at the bit to get out and about. and get back to life. I mean, I have to admit, when I first heard about this coming out of China, I didn't take it as seriously as I could have. I didn't know it was going to become such a huge thing. But I looked at, and I don't normally look at the news, but I think with Corona, it's been important to stay updated with what's happening. In America, their latest projections are scary in terms of how many people they actually expect to die from this. So it's no longer a case of, it's not a serious thing. It very obviously is. And if you don't absolutely need to go out, I wouldn't do it. And if you're showing any of the symptoms, the advice that we got is to stay at home. Just stay at home. Don't go to the doctors. And then only if the symptoms actually get worse do you then notify. Well, you phone the doctors first to see if you can get in, and then you let them know you're going in, just to make sure that you don't infect everyone at the doctors as well. My brother is a doctor, and he's come down sick, so he has to have a test. So hopefully it's just a cold or something like that. But I think overwhelmingly people that I know have been sensible about it and have been positive about it. There's just a few who've been silly about it. So, for example, here in Australia, they shut down Bondi Beach because it was a sunny day, and Bondi is normally where all the tourists go, and they all packed the beach, which obviously was a no-no. So they've just had to shut down the entire beach because a few people were being silly. And they had a news interview with a young guy, and he was saying, oh, well, I'm young, I don't really need to worry about it. It's like, it's not just about you. It's about other people as well. And also, apparently, you can show no symptoms, yet still be contagious, which for me is a really scary part. And that's why I have to self-isolate for 14 days, because apparently it can take up to 14 days to show symptoms. So I feel fine now. But, in 14 days, I might be showing symptoms, and the whole time I could have been contagious.
I mean, you could have got something at UK Galaxy Pageants now and still not have your symptoms showing. So,
Yeah, exactly.
That's what hits
So
at home.
I need to stay isolated for 14 days. They did say that the median number of days, so on average, let's say it's 5 days, and for me it's just been on 5 days. But see, the thing was, I was getting petrified when I was over in the UK because I was starting to feel a bit run down, and I didn't know whether that was because of jet lag, whether it was a cold or whatever. But then, I got over the jet lag and I'm fine. Now I'm back here. I'm still jet lagged, but I'm feeling fine. So there is this also that a hypochondriac, whenever you feel a little bit sick, you assume the worst. So it's a really, really challenging time, I think, for a lot of people, socially, economically, emotionally. So if you are struggling sort of emotionally with it all, because that probably could be one of the hardest parts, because we don't get to see our friends and our family and our loved ones, and we don't know when we're going to get to see them next. That probably could actually be the hardest part, maybe aside from economics. But, jump on FaceTime, jump on a Skype call, play games with us, do TikToks, do whatever you have to do to stay connected, because it's very dangerous for people to be isolated at home emotionally, especially at a time like this when there seems to be a lot of people suffering. So, do what you have to do to stay happy, stay safe, and if you need to reach out, I'm sure you can reach out to Danielle. You can certainly reach out to myself. You can reach out to Lauren. But yeah, UK Galaxy already, for me anyway, seems quite a long time ago.
Yeah, it really is. It's over a week now. Can you believe it? It's just flown by.
How did it feel when your name wasn't called out?
Oh, God. I get emotional.
You look like you were about to collapse, because I've watched it a few times.
Yeah, nothing can prepare you for that moment. You think about, I probably thought about that moment thousands of times. They're like making up scenarios in my head. But when it's actually happening, it's just the most surreal feeling ever. And I'm so lucky that I had Claire there to hold my hand. She is just phenomenal. We really bonded that day, so to share that moment with her was just I couldn't have dreamt it better, really. I wasn't as emotional as what I thought I was going to be. I thought I was going to be an absolute snotty mess, but I tried to keep it together.
Charming.
I think I was just so shocked and just in the moment and happy, and to also hold Natalie's hand as well, because we had grown very close in the run up to the pageant. And we would message each other, voice note each other when I was, feeling down or feeling like I couldn't do it anymore. She would send me voice notes to pick me back up and get me focused. So having her was a real blessing, and to be able to, hold her hand up at the end of it with both of our crowns on, that was just like a moment that we had dreamt about and didn't realize that actually would come true. So yeah, proper emotion, I think, about it.
Yeah. Sandal has said that her county just went on a stay-at-home order. Yeah, they're having to lock down the US. I saw some really scary figures as to what the CDC thinks the death toll is going to be, and I won't even repeat it because it doesn't put people in a good headspace. I will say that Team UK is looking fierce. Very, very fierce.
You know what? I think the number one thing about Team UK is resilience and hard work. Not taken away from anyone else that competed that didn't get the crown, but I feel like, well, as you say, little Ellie, she's experienced. She'd competed in Junior Teen GB. Obviously, Olivia was had competed in Miss Scotland, and then went on to win Grand Scotland. Yeah. So she's very experienced. And then you've obviously got myself, who's been in the game for 10 years, and then Natalie, who's actually been involved in pageants more than 10 years ago, I believe, and then come back to pageants. And she's a bit of the comeback kid, really, because she was crowned Mrs. Scotland and then had the crown taken away from her, which was wildly publicized, and now it's like she's almost kind of seeked vengeance, really, and got her crown. So she is a very, very hard worker, one of the hardest workers I've ever met in pageantry. And it's a really strong team this year, but I feel like Team UK is always mega strong every year, but I feel like resilience has definitely been a key player in this year's team.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly wasn't, on the subject of resilience, it certainly wasn't an easy road to the crown for you. I mean, not even taking into account that 10 years, but just like the last 6 months. Yeah. 6 months, give or take. I mean, it certainly wasn't easy or smooth. It's
probably been the hardest 6 months of my life ever. So to come out the other side of this, wearing this crown and representing all those women is just like, there were so many times where I was ready to just throw in the towel, because I just thought maybe this is not good for my mental state. But actually it was a really good focus for me. It was great escapism. It just meant that I had to put aside any of the issues that were going on in my life and not have to worry about it and sit at home and dwell about it, because I was out in the car, going to appearances, talking to other pageant girls, socializing with the girls that I love. And that really helped take my mind off of everything that was going on in my life. So so thankful for Galaxy, and so thankful to be representing all the women that I competed with.
Yeah. And as we mentioned earlier on, Lauren has said Team UK are bringing home all the international crowns. Who knows? Who knows? So Galaxy International, Maria did a live that she was postponing it, which I think is the right decision, and probably, I think, pushing it back to around about October. So, I mean, it can't come soon enough with all this craziness. It's hard to look, a week ahead, let alone a few months ahead. But it was amazing for me, because one of the reasons I went over to UK Galaxy was to see what the difference was between, let's say, the pageant scene, not specifically Galaxy, but just the pageant scene in the UK versus the pageant scene here in Australia, because the pageant scene in Australia has shrunk a lot. A lot of the regulars have dropped out. And I don't know, I think this might be specific to Holly's, the director, Holly's pageants as well, but that sense of family, which I've talked about so often, and sometimes Maria says, can you stop talking about family, because now in interviews all that anyway everyone talks about is the Galaxy family. But going there, like on my favorite part of the night, apart from watching you win, because that was my highlight, I was like, yes, I've mission accomplished, I can go home now. But at the end of every night, when everyone just went back to the lobby, the hotel bar, and they could just, be in their pajamas, you in your onesie, and have a couple of drinks, or not, or just sit down and be real with each other and just be friendly. Yeah. That, to me, is the essence of why the UK pageant scene is a family. It's because of that. It's regardless of how strong the girls are on stage, if you have that environment, people keep coming back, and they don't mind coming back even if they know they probably won't win, as long as they're enjoying their journey. And that is something that I've never experienced before. I think that's very unique.
Yeah, I feel like that's something that's grown over the past few years, because I know that particularly myself, after competing in a pageant, I would always, there'd be an after party that's planned, and you'll go to that after party, but you'll be dressed to the nines, because obviously if you didn't win, you still want to look like a winner.
Of course.
But with UK Galaxy pageants, you're just ready to get your gown off, get in your comfies, and then go downstairs and just chill with your mates, because you've got to know each other over the past year or how many years you've been competing in Galaxy. And obviously you have all the previous queens that are there, so it's nice for all of them to catch up and see each other, because you see each other once, maybe, depending on how often you come to Galaxy, it's a reunion, really. It's an annual reunion. So if anyone that wasn't there, it's usually the newbies that miss out on it. Newbies, if there's any newbies watching it, after Galaxy, get your PJs on, come to the lobby. We'll have sing-songs and just friendly chat.
Sing-songs. TikToks, drinks, pizza, TikToks.
Pizza. So don't go to your room and, because some people after a pageant, sometimes they're a bit sad that they didn't win, and just don't be sad, come and socialize.
I get if you're sad that you want to isolate, because I certainly have done that from time to time, but at the end of the day, what you're going to take away from it is the memories. And if your last memory of it was that you isolated yourself, not isolated, but if you went to your room by yourself and sort of sobbed yourself to sleep, it's not really a good memory. Whereas if you go downstairs and so even put on a brave face, because being in that environment, it would be very hard for you to be unhappy, because people are just having a good time. It wasn't about all hail the queen. It was like everyone's just getting along. Everyone's on an equal footing. I'm just
and I've been in the position where I hadn't won, and I still went and got my PJs on, or like hung out and chilled out.
Yeah, but this is one of the reasons that I really wanted you to win, because you've been sort of cheerleading everyone else on, and I thought it was about, karmic time that you had everyone else cheer you on. That's just the way I felt about it anyway. I'm probably biased, but because you've always been sort of the example of that. It's like whether you win or not, and obviously, as you've said, that you've lost more often than you've won, but still being in pageantry, not withdrawing, and still supporting the people who have won. That's been a really important part of who you are.
Massively. I always say, before being a competitor, I am a pageant fan. So you'll always find me at pageants, watching, supporting. And like I said, I know how it feels to not win, but you've had a great experience in the run-up, and that is what pageantry is all about. I mean, I was kind of sad like that I won, and this sounds totally ridiculous, because I was
you
like,
were sad that you won.
I was like, I don't get to do it all again. Like, I want my purple sash again, and to go out, obviously I've got this sash and I will be going out and doing appearances, but being a contestant for me is just as fun as being a queen, if not more.
Well, all you need to do is get married and then compete as a missus.
Well, there is a thing going around about girls dating other pageant girls' brothers, so, if someone wants to hook me up.
On the prowl.
It's great not having to explain pageants to a guy.
Yeah, I've given up with that because normally they get I've just given up on that. Maria has said we hope October will be possible. Not sure. We don't know anything at the moment. I mean, October is already it's already 6-7 months away, so it's such a shame. But I mean, there's more important things going on than pageantry at the moment.
And you have to look on the positive side as well. For the contestants, it gives you a little bit more time to prep, get ready, make more appearance, make more of an impact in the run-up. And you have more to talk about in your interview as well if you've got more content that you've been working on in the run-up. So, don't see it as a negative thing. See it as definitely a positive thing that we've got a little bit more to go.
Lauren has said it's about after pageant pizza and donuts. I didn't get a donut. Were there donuts?
Yeah, I think they were. I didn't get one either. I think there was a box of Krispy Kremes on the side, and I think they'd all gone by the time I'd eaten my calories.
I took over 10 boxes of Tim Tams, and I think they're all gone now. So I know there's not supposed to be the interview, but since you're here, Sandal has asked, what do you feel is the best thing about this system, with a winky face emoji?
Oh, wow. Well, I believe there's 2 women at the helm of this that really inspire me, and that would be Holly and Maria. And I think they're at the heart of the system. Obviously, Holly is at the heart of UK pageants and Maria is the heart of international. And I feel like to have 2 incredible, strong women who really resonate with me. They are inclusive, they are caring, and that's one of the things I look for when I get involved in any kind of pageant system. I'd be like, who is running this? Do I want to be working with them? Do their morals in line with mine? Both with Holly and Maria, absolutely. So I think that's one of the best things that being involved with Galaxy is the 2 main women to work with. That's the best part, really. And obviously the community. You girls are awesome. And like, it has like, it's got its own subculture within Galaxy. If you're a Galaxy girl, you know, there's no words to describe it really. It's a completely different thing being, like, I've been in other systems, obviously. People know that I've, been in nearly every system. And with Galaxy, it seems so much more warm and accepting and just friendly.
That's one thing I want to go back to the UK for and experience another system, just to see if what I experienced was specifically a UK thing, or was it a Galaxy thing, or was it a Holly thing. So
I feel like Galaxy pageants in general just have the most heart, and they really care for their girls.
Speaking of, I don't know, Maria, if you're watching this, Danielle sent me this photo. You can see it there. That's a lovely photo. I mean, I don't know what I look like, but Maria, you look like you're about to wet yourself laughing. And then, if Lauren, you're still watching, I never got to do a cheeky Nando's, but Danielle thought it would be funny to take a photo of me under a Nando's sign, and because I didn't want
t-shirt to match.
And then I deliberately went to the other restaurant because there was no way that I was going to say that I'd gone to Nando's, because I'd never hear the end of it. But yeah, I mean, I don't know about you, but I mean, you said it's sad that you won. I feel it's sad that it's over, because it was sort of, for me, it was over so quickly, because I got in on the Thursday and then by Monday it was all done and we had that 4 or 5 hour drive back. I kind of wanted it to go longer than that, but...
Yeah, now that I'm a queen, your time is, so you only have a year. God knows even if I'm going to get a year or not because of coronavirus. But my time is limited now, and it makes me sad, because it makes me feel like I'm coming towards the end of my pageant journey, because, once I'm finished with Galaxy, I won't be competing anymore. I feel like this would be the perfect ending to such a fabulous, amazing decade. Pageants have given me so much and enriched my life that it's a little bit sad that, in a year's time, this is all going to be over and done with.
Yeah, well, all good journeys must come to an end, but you just move on to another phase. I mean, you can stay involved in the pageant scene in any number of ways.
Yeah.
So, we'll still be seeing your face around a lot, I'm sure, regardless of what
You
happens.
can't get rid of me. I'm still be a pageant fan, number one.
I don't think anyone's going to try. What I liked is on the night, and I know, you know, everyone cheer. Actually, there's another thing. At UK Galaxy, everyone cheers for everyone, which someone told me they actually didn't like because they got sick of it. But I'm like, it's really nice to think that if you're a complete newbie and you walk on that stage, especially in something like the bikini round, the swimsuit round, not the bikini round, and you hear everyone cheer for you, that's got to be such a nice feeling versus what I've seen sometimes in other systems. You walk on stage and if no one knows you and you don't have a support base there, it's crickets.
Yeah.
And that's just got to be so much of a better feeling. But when you were competing, I could hear like the level of the applause, because I was filming through my little phone and my gimbal, so I was very aware of how loud the cheers were, and every time you were on stage the cheers just got that little bit louder. So that must be a good feeling.
Yeah, it really was, and I didn't expect it. Yeah, it's just a bit overwhelming, really. I didn't even know that people even knew who I was. Obviously the people that I met at appearances, but you know, that is a handful of people that I see all the time. But my golly, could they make some noise? So I was encouraging the screaming a little bit.
I can tell you, it wasn't just a few people. It wasn't just a few people. I can tell you it was very, very loud from a lot of people. So obviously you're a bit of a fan favorite, which was nice to see. So I feel like we're doing the interview now. We're not. We'll still do the interview, but it just happened to go this way. Sarah Copeland, who's over here in Australia, she's one of my friends. She's Miss Eco International. She has said, "Congrats, Danny," and she's asked, "Do you consider Galaxy a glitz-style pageant?"
No. I wouldn't consider it a glitz-style pageant. For me, when I think of glitz, I think of like toddlers and tiaras, more of, I think obviously we do love our sparkle, but I think a Galaxy Queen should be quite refined still. It's not about how much bling you can wear. It's I always say, for me personally, and I'm sure Maria would agree with me on this, the aim is not to look like a pageant girl. You need to look like a movie star. Because it doesn't matter if you're wearing the most blingy outfit. If you wear, like, I love a black velvet dress, it absorbs all the light, no sparkle whatsoever, and that is still Galaxy appropriate. So I wouldn't consider Galaxy a glitz pageant at all.
Glitz, Maria has said in caps, not glitz, because glitz pageants don't have advocacies, do they? At least from what I understand, glitz pageants here in Australia, literally you go on the day, you compete, and then you go home. So there's no advocacy, there's no charity aspect to it.
This has a little bit more depth as to what you wear. Yeah.
So Jessica Page has asked, how many followers has Dan reached on TikTok? I don't know, Dan, how many followers have you reached on TikTok?
Not many. Hey, Jess.
Shall we have a look?
I think I need a little bit more love over there, so shameless plug.
Everyone go follow Miss Galaxy UK.
I've only got 124 followers, so...
Lauren,
although one of my TikToks got almost 6,000 views.
Oh wow!
Good for me.
You're moving up in the world.
I'm still
moving up in the world.
A couple of days.
We have a group for the podcast, and Lauren said she reached 200 followers. Is she pageant? Is she TikTok famous yet? And I just sent her a screenshot of this. I don't know if you can see that. It never focuses. So I've got 543 followers, 38,000 likes. But I will say, this is why I keep telling you guys to get on TikTok, because you blow up virally when you never know. It's this one bloody video of the seagull, which you can...
Oh, I love that video. That was my favourite.
That one there.
Only in Australia.
285.4 thousand views and 33.5 thousand likes. So I feel like I'm cheating, because out of my 38,000 likes that my account has, 35,000 of them, whatever, are from that bloody seagull. So this is why I said get on TikTok, because you can just blow up at any moment. So if you want to go TikTok famous, now it's a really good time to do it.
Because everyone's on it.
Yeah. And everyone's getting on it now, and they're loving it. And I told you guys that you would. Maria has said glam, yes, but not glitz. And Maria's husband apparently always has a joke that this is Galaxy Hour. But this is the thing, as in the podcast is Galaxy Hour. When I interviewed Maria for the first time, I thought that I had found a director, and I still think this, who had, obviously, as Danielle has mentioned, she's got heart. She's also got common sense. And I also felt that I'd found a director who would always do her best to do what's right by the girls. And that's not as common as you might think after you've been in the pageant industry for a while. So obviously I was always going to put my support behind, as much as I tend to support the individuals competing rather than the systems, I always thought that if I found a system that I thought that I could really get behind, then I'd be excited to do that. And so far, you know, I haven't regretted it at all. I started off at Australia Galaxy, then I interviewed Maria, interviewed a lot of the international queens. A lot of them were from the UK, and then I found out that the UK had something going on. And then when I go to internationals, whenever that is, I'll see what internationals are like. But I think when you find a pageant family, especially one that girls are happy to come back to year after year after year, regardless of whether they win, then I think you have to stick by that and support that, because I think that's priceless, because there are a lot of systems that don't have that. So
Amen.
yeah. Sarah has said bring Danielle to Australia. She's God willing coming to Australia next year. It's funny that you were originally thinking of coming in October, right? Because you wouldn't have been able to.
Yeah. So it's my cousin's getting married. Well, my cousin's babe, my I don't know what it is. I think she's my second cousin. So it's my cousin's daughter is getting married. We got there in the end. She's getting married, so she's in Melbourne, I believe, and so I will be in Melbourne next year, September time. So, but I'd like to get out there sooner. But I just know that if I go to Australia, I won't want to come home, because I just know I won't want to come home. You got such a great lifestyle out there.
It's funny the way timing has worked out, though. As I said, like with all this Corona thing, and then Galaxy being pushed back, your trip to Coachella being pushed back. And I was saying this to Emma Collingridge as well. If her trip had been 1 or 2 months later, probably couldn't have done it, or she would have been stuck here.
Yeah.
So in terms of the whole, you know, all the apocalypse happening, I think you got to look on the bright side and find the positives as well. Sarah has also said, and Maria won't come to Australia because she's petrified of spiders. Like properly petrified. So she has fainting goat syndrome. If she sees a spider, she'll just go catatonic and fall on the floor. So Maria has said internationals is a little different. We don't have the same opportunities to relax each night, chill, hang out, etc. I run 3 pageants that same week, so I'm usually busy sun up to sundown. Yep, but it's going to be a different flavour.
And the Belleza Latina pageant is just amazing. If you are ever lucky enough to go, you have to watch the Belleza Latina, because the opening round is always just amazing. The opening dance that they do is always incredible. And yeah, I think we need to be taking some dance lessons from the Belleza Latina contestant girls, because they're just, I think
it might be in the blood. I'm not sure it's dance lessons. I mean, you can dance, but I'm sure that I would never be able to move like that. But I think also, Maria, because it's internationals, I think a lot of, certainly in my case, I would plan to be there a little bit after as well. So then we'd have the chance to still relax, chill, and hang out, assuming that not everyone has died from lack of sleep during the actual pageant. But I certainly wouldn't want to. I mean, even with UK, I wanted to stay there longer. in actuality, this is another one of the things that turned out just as well. I didn't, because if I'd come home a week later, I might not have been able to. But certainly with internationals, once this is all blown over, I have a couple of friends in the US that I'd like to visit. And it'd be nice just to hang out with everyone afterwards, because we don't get to see each other that often. So, yeah. Anyway, shall we leave it there? I think Danielle has gone. Oop. Okay. Well, it's gone from 4 of us to 3 of us to 2 of us, and now it's just me. So what I'll do, I was about to wrap it up anyway. So I'm going to thank you guys so much for watching. We've got a few. Oh, there you are.
I'm so sorry. My laptop died. I didn't realize it wasn't plugged in.
Okay.
I was just live.
Yeah, I was wrapping up though, because I was saying it was gone from 4 of us, we didn't have a guest, to 3 of us, no Lauren, there was 2 of us, and now that you dropped off, it's just me doing the podcast all by myself.
I'm like, bye Felicia.
Oh, what's going on now? Is someone else calling?
Oh gosh. Oh.
Okay. Alright. I don't know what's going on, but I think that's time to hang it up. And look, thank you so much everyone for watching. Thanks especially to those of you who donated towards the Pageant TripAdvisor site. That is certainly one of the things that I'm going to be busying myself with whilst this whole corona pandemic is running its course. And I'll keep you guys updated with that. And I think all I'm going to say is to everyone, stay safe, stay loving, and I guess hang in there. There's not much else that we can do. Support each other through it as best we can. So Danielle, thank you for your time. Congrats again on the win. That crown looks good on your head. Okay, we will speak to you next time.
Bye.
What's up guys, it's Adrian again. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Remember to head over to pageantlaunch.com, join our launch team for our review site. It's super important to all of us to make sure that the industry is safe, transparent, and fair. So head over to pageantlaunch.com, write in your email address, and we'll speak to you next time.